Harry and Meghan issue statement on South Park roasting and baseless and boring claims. Couple gobsmacked after finding handwritten letter from King Charles to the Queen Mother. Paul Burrell slams Prince Harry claims about Kate Middleton's engagement ring. Sarah Ferguson under fire for money-grabbing interview questions during book tour. Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Royal Storyteller channel. Please give a thumbs up if you like the video. And if you are new here, subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Thank you so much. Let's get started. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have issued a statement about criticism they received from cartoon South Park as a spokesperson slammed the saga as baseless and boring. The royal couple were mercilessly mocked in the show, as many celebrities often are, as they were depicted as the Prince and Princess of Canada on a worldwide privacy tour. This is in reference to repeated claims the Sussexes made about wanting more privacy whilst doing a number of high-profile interviews. In light of the episode, there were some reports claiming they were considering legal action, but their spokesperson reportedly said this is baseless and boring in a statement given to Newsweek. The royals were in good company being mocked on the show, which has lined up countless celebrities, politicians, and famous people for criticism. But afterwards, there were reports that Meghan was left upset by the episode, which showed a royal couple embarking on a worldwide privacy tour to promote the prince's new book, Wah! The couple were said to be considering to the legal action, one royal expert claimed. Neil Sean claimed. According to sources close to the ex-royals, it appears that like so many things with Meghan and Harry, this may have legal ramifications attached. Their legal team are casting an eye over the episode to see what is wrong and what could be turned into something more sinister. On the cartoon, the royal couple, who looked and dressed like Harry and Meghan, stormed out of an interview after the host said, "Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines?" Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving ***** wife actually doesn't want her privacy. But Mr. Sean's claims have been conclusively debunked by the new statement from the Sussexes, which slammed his wild speculations as baseless. A letter sent by a 6-year-old King Charles to his grandmother has been discovered in a loft in Warwickshire. The letter, sent to Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, on March 15, 1955 reads, "Dear Granny, I am sorry that you are ill. I hope you will be better soon. Lots of love from Charles." Underneath the handwriting is a mixture of doodle art and kisses on Buckingham Palace headed paper. The letter was found by a 49-year-old farm manager and his wife during a Christmas clear out of his loft in Stratford-upon-Avon, along with several other pieces of royal memorabilia which had gone unnoticed for years. The items will now be sold by Derbyshire-based Hanson's auctioneers on March 7, and combined are expected to make around £4,000. The seller said, "We finally had the time to look through a big box file that my mother had given to us. It originally belonged to my late granddad, Roland Stockdale. It contained lots of royal memorabilia, including a letter from Prince Charles to his grandmother. My wife said, 'Wow, look at that.' We were pretty gobsmacked, but we weren't sure whether anyone would be interested in it." Mr. Stockdale, a farm worker from Carlisle, moved to London and got a job with the Metropolitan Police, eventually going on to work for the Queen's Personal Protection Force during the 1950s. It is believed he worked under several royals over his career. He died in his 70s in 1983. A folder of royal memorabilia and letters was inherited by his son, who gave it to his wife over 10 years ago. It was then given to the current owner and his wife, who looked at it for the first time over Christmas last year. The seller said, "My granddad was a man of few words and never really spoke about his time working with the royal family, but he was clearly well thought of. I have absolutely no idea how he came to have the letter written by King Charles when he was a boy. It's one of many things he kept. The file includes royal menus, an invitation to a dance at Balmoral Castle for his wife Audrey Stockdale, a note signed by the Queen Mother, and a George VI Memorial Westminster booklet from October 21, 1955. Charles Hanson, the owner of Hanson's Auctioneers, said the finds were remarkable and that the childhood letter from King Charles was heartwarming. Roland did the same and, like the vast majority of us, never thought to mention them to his family. He was clearly a devoted royal servant who treasured any snippet of royal memorabilia offered to him. It is clear from the tone of the correspondence that the royal family held Roland in high regard for his kindness. It has long been normal practice for members of the royal family to give away small keepsakes and personal mementos to valued servants. Such was the warmth felt for Roland, it appears the Queen Mother allowed him to keep 1 or 2 special items. In Prince Harry news, the Duke of Sussex's claims about Kate Middleton's engagement ring have been slammed by Paul Burrell. Following Diana's death, it was reported that Harry had asked to keep her engagement ring. However, the prince recently rubbished the claims in his new book, Spare. Meanwhile, his brother, Prince William, had reportedly asked to keep her Cartier watch. Years later, it was reported that William had asked Harry for their mother's ring when he proposed to Kate Middleton. However, in his new autobiography, Spare, Harry has rubbished claims that he kept Diana's ring. Instead, he claims that William was already in possession of their mother's ring when he proposed to Kate. This meant that he was never asked to part with it. However, Paul Burrell, Diana's former butler, has claimed otherwise. Speaking to the Mirror recently, Paul claims that Harry did in fact ask for Diana's ring. In fact, Paul claims he was present when the brothers selected the items to remember their mother by. Harry said to me, "I always remember holding Mummy's hand and that ring hurting me because it was so big," he said. "And that's why, when the boys came to Kensington Palace, I said to them, 'You must take something of your mother's, you must take something to remind yourself of your time here at Kensington Palace and your mother's life,'" Paul then added. Paul then went on to claim that William asked for the watch and Harry asked for the ring. What they chose were the 2 very simple things really, a ring and a watch. Not fantastic jewels, but they meant something to the boys, he said. Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, has promised to answer questions about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle during an upcoming appearance. The Duchess, affectionately known as Fergie, will answer questions about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and will also open up about her relationship with the late Queen Elizabeth II. From the press release, it is unclear whether she will address any questions about her ex-husband, the Duke of York. Sarah's supposed willingness to reveal insight into the Sussex saga has rubbed some royal commentators the wrong way. Discussing the upcoming book tour on the most recent episode of Royally Obsessed, a weekly royal podcast, co-hosts Rachel Bowie and Roberta Fiorito expressed their surprise at the press release's content. Miss Fiorito said, "The PR announcement said she would be willing to answer questions about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It feels so icky to me." And it said she would answer questions about the Queen too. She continued, "I feel weird about that. That feels very money-grabby to me, and I don't like that." Fergie's appearance will come 2 months after the publication of Prince Harry's tell-all memoir, Spare, for which the Duke of Sussex sat down for multiple revealing interviews.